Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 6th of July 2025 and unfortunately guys, the prices of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market hasn't pumped up and the price of Ripple or XRP has gone below the $3 mark as well. Now what is really interesting to note guys is, if you look at the ETF related information, right now it is in negative, which means there's a lot of outflows, and this, to be honest guys, is definitely not good, isn't it? Because essentially what that means is investors are losing confidence temporarily. But at the same time, there's also a possibility that some investors, they're just taking out the profit. And I cannot stress this enough, guys. The only reason why the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market has been going down is because of notorious information that is published by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, isn't it? And along with that, on the 30th of July, Federal Chair Jerome Powell did actually decide to go ahead and keep the interest rate the same. And what happened, guys, earlier today, President Donald Trump did actually go live via CNBC. And it was more of an audio interview, guys. And even in that, the host did actually agree that the information that was published by Bureau of Labor Statistics may not have been accurate, and the move by President Donald Trump going ahead and firing the chairperson was probably the right move. But at the same time, guys, it does raise this question, the new appointee, could he be bashed once again, and does put out information that President Donald Trump wants? That is definitely a possibility, isn't it? And that is precisely the reason, guys, what I really feel is, all of the sources of information should be made completely public, and that'll just ensure a lot of transparency, isn't it? And according to me, guys, the only person who will be willing to do that is President Donald Trump. So let's see if that is in his agenda. Now, regarding investor confidence, particularly in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, I'd really urge you guys to go ahead and keep a track on the ETF volumes, because it directly and indirectly impacts the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Now, the good thing, guys, is since the last 24 hours, the volume of stablecoins has definitely been improving, so it's going to be really interesting to see how the price reacts this week. Now, in today's episode, guys, we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover. The first one is to do with Congressional Fellowship Program and Bitcoin Policy Institute, guys. They want to go ahead and send Bitcoin experts to Congress, so really interesting move, isn't it? As a matter of fact, guys, one of the projects that I've launched is called as Bitcoin DXB, and Bitcoin DXB, guys, caters to politicians, high net worth individuals, lawyers, educational institutes as well as government institutions, and the goal of Bitcoin DXB is pretty simple, guys. I want to go ahead and educate Bitcoin at a beginner level, advanced level as well as technical level. So I'm really curious to check if Bitcoin Policy could actually partner up with Bitcoin DXB. Now what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this move. And according to me, guys, education regarding Bitcoin is definitely important, isn't it? Now the next news, guys, is a really interesting one. And this is connected to liquid staking, guys. And now the US Security and Exchange Commission under the Trump leadership, guys, they're constantly providing updates and making regulatory changes, isn't it? And most of the announcement is actually positive for the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now this news, guys, is more connected to liquid staking, and the SEC has actually clarified that liquid staking does not involve security offerings, as long as providers perform only administrative tasks. So what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. And then, guys, I'll also go ahead and touch base on some key points regarding the statement, because there are some minor technical details one should be aware about as well. Now, the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about is to do with stablecoins and a new bank called Slash. They are debuting USD stablecoin via Stripe. Really interesting announcement, isn't it? And the new global USD account, guys, they will let businesses send, receive, as well as store dollars on stable coins. And more importantly, guys, customers can do that without a US bank account. So we'll definitely go and touch base on what this news is all about. Now the final news for today, guys, has to do with Philippines and the Philippine Security and Exchange Commission. They have flagged 10 major exchanges, and these include OKX, Bybit, KuCoin, as well as Kraken Exchange. And here's the interesting thing, guys. The Security and Exchange Commission in Philippines have won legal actions against them. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on what this news is all about. Now we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Blockchain DXB podcast, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, is a massive one. And this is to do with artificial intelligence. And Salik as well as PARKONIC, guys, they have launched region's first fully AI-powered autonomous parking solutions, so we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on what this news is all about. Now, it is great that artificial intelligence is already being used in our day-to-day life, isn't it? So really interesting developments taking place in the world of artificial intelligence. Now, the second news, guys, is from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and this is to do with the developer conference and Huawei Cloud, guys. They power Saudi digital transformation with 2025 developer conference. So I'll very briefly run through this news. Now if you're a developer, you definitely need to be onboarded with this. So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Hey everyone, this episode is powered by a new sponsor, that is Amana, and they are the region's first and fastest growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. So look, guys, whether you're looking into invest in US stocks like Apple or Tesla, or mega giants like ADNOC or Salik, Amana puts the financial markets on your fingertips. It includes gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, commodities, and guess what, guys? They have over 375 cryptocurrencies, and this makes them the biggest crypto selection in the region. Now for the Blockchain DXB listeners, guys, if you want to go and build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day, explore Amana's pre-built auto investment plans, and all you have to do is set your monthly budget, choose your preferred asset category, and let Amana automate the investing for you. Zero fees, zero lockups, 100% customizable. And here's the thing, guys, funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even crypto wallets. No friction and no hassles. And the best part is, guys, let's say if you need support, you would absolutely love Amana for this, because they offer 24/6 human customer service, as well as a personalized sales support, real people, real help, and the customer support is in English as well as in Arabic. And for the Blockchain DXB listener and community, guys, I do have something really exclusive for you. What you can do is register with Amana using the code Blockchain DXB, or you can also use the link that is in the show notes below. And here's the best part, guys. Once you register, fund your account with a minimum of $100 and at least go ahead and make one trade, and then you'll receive a $100 trading bonus credit to your account the following month. But look, guys, it's real important to note, the bonus is non-withdrawable. It is there to help you trade and learn. So look, guys, if you're looking for a transparent, powerful and easy to use app, that's Amana for you. So what are you waiting for, guys? Download the app now, or you can also visit the website that is amana.app, and don't forget to use the code BlockchainDXB. And Amana, guys, is all markets one app. Next, guys, I'm happy to announce that Blockchain DXB is the official media partner with one of the OGs in the cryptocurrency and blockchain event space, and that is Blockchain Futuristic Conference taking place in Florida this year, as well as ETH Women taking place simultaneously. And trust me, guys, this is an event that you don't want to miss, isn't it? Because for the very first time, North America's most immersive Web3 event is heading to the United States of America, and the Blockchain Futurist Conference and ETH Women event is actually taking place between the 5th and 6th of November. And the location is absolutely stunning, guys. It is taking place at Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, which is in Hollywood, Florida. That's right, guys. Palm trees, panels, and the biggest mind in blockchain and cryptocurrency is all in one place. So there will be multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, hand-on tech demos, metaverse experiences, even outdoor VIP cabanas, and quite a lot more. And the Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, guys, is one of the most iconic venues in the country. So look, guys, if you're in the Web3 space, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or even artificial intelligence space, or just want to do some serious networking, this is the place that you got to be. And to all of you Blockchain DXB listeners, guys, we have something really interesting for you, because you can get a 25% off the tickets. So just use the code DXB25, and the link to the event as well as the code is in the show notes below. And as an official media partner, I'll be doing exclusive live coverage, interviews, behind the scenes access, and I will be spotlighting some of the most exciting projects shaping the future of decentralized finance tech. So if you're at the venue, guys, definitely come and say hi. Maybe we can catch up for a coffee as well. So listen, guys, the code is DXB25, and by using this code you will be eligible for a 25% discount. And the event is taking place between the 5th and 6th of November 2025 at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, that is in Hollywood, Florida. And in the show notes below, guys, there's all contact details for Blockchain Futuristic Conference Florida 2025, as well as ETH Women. And look, guys, this is the future of blockchain technology brought into life. So don't just read about it. Be there and head to the website that is futuristconference.com and go ahead and use the code DXB25. So see you at the event. Next, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Road. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 P's. That is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gulf Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, the ETF inflows is negative and looks like the outflows is amounting to $768.6 million. Now look, guys, I have to say this, when you look at outflows and negatives, it does give an indication that the investor confidence has largely gone down, isn't it? But at the same time, guys, there is a possibility that some of the investors are just taking out the profit. And one of the reasons why I'm thinking that is because despite short-term ETF outflows, if you look at corporate treasury firms, guys, they're still continuing to buy a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum. As a matter of fact, guys, just a few days ago, one firm did actually make a single purchase of $3 billion worth in Bitcoin. And some so-called crypto analysts or specialists guys, they're actually claiming that ETF withdrawals are temporary possessions. And according to me guys, it does make a lot of sense, because if you look at what is going on particularly in US under the Trump administration, the US economy is definitely doing a phenomenal job, isn't it? And I keep repeating this over and over again guys. President Donald Trump has secured over $17 trillion worth of investment because of tariffs. And if you look at the fees collected in tariffs guys, July did have a record-breaking amount of fees as well. But unfortunately guys, all of this data was completely shattered because of manipulated data by Bureau of Labor Statistics, isn't it? And mainstream media, we know they're suffering from TDS, isn't it? And they're only talking about the negative things. And in the last week of July guys, President Donald Trump did actually sign 2 iconic deals. And the first trade deal was between Europe and US. And along with that, on the 31st of July, he did actually sign an iconic deal with South Korea as well. And just a week before that guys, he did actually sign trade deals with Japan, Philippines as well as Indonesia. So keeping all of these things in mind guys, the US economy is definitely in for a wild ride. And I'm talking about that in a positive way. But mainstream media does not want to go out and talk about it, isn't it? And unfortunately guys, it is only because of fake news the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going down. Because if you look at crypto ETFs, particularly in the month of July guys, the US spot crypto ETFs did actually attract a record of $12.8 billion in inflows. And so far as Bitcoin is concerned guys, out of this $12.8 billion, it accounted for $6 billion, whereas Ethereum accounted for $5.4 billion. So look guys, according to me, this is definitely a temporary move. And I'm pretty much sure as and when we get more information regarding economic data in US, things will drastically change and the investor confidence will once again build up. And once that thing happens guys, things will definitely be reacting positively for the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But look guys, I cannot stress this enough. Mainstream media will go and put out a completely different narrative, isn't it? And whether we like it or not, the market does actually react to news that is published by mainstream media. And look guys, whatever I'm saying is definitely not financial advice. Make sure you go ahead and start doing your own research. Now let's go ahead and take a deep dive into the global cryptocurrency market since the last 24 hours. Because since the last 24 hours guys, global cryptocurrency market is down by 1.50%. And in terms of dollar amount, it is down to $3.79 trillion. But what I'm really liking guys is the volume of stablecoins has definitely picked up pace. And if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, today it is pumped up to $126 billion. But unfortunately guys, the volume of decentralized exchange hasn't picked up pace. It is hovering around the $10 to $14 billion mark, isn't it? And today it is at $11.45 billion. And since the last 24 hours, the volume of decentralized exchange is at $11.45 billion. And the total fees collected by transactions in decentralized exchange since the last 24 hours is $77.7 million. Now the total value locked has been on a downtrend guys. And today it is at $135.94 billion. Now look guys, it's really important to note regarding total value locked, it is indirectly connected to the whole narrative regarding Ethereum treasury firms, isn't it? Because what has been happening since the last 2 months guys, a lot of the non-cryptocurrency firms, they're buying a lot of Ethereum and just putting it into the balance sheet. And at the same time, they're also becoming validators. This, to be honest, is such a bizarre matrix, isn't it? So there is a very high possibility that the total value locked will be pumping up, but the number of people, let's say, using Ethereum or Solana or even other decentralized apps will not be increasing. Really weird matrix, isn't it? Now, since the last 24 hours, if you look at the decentralized exchange dominance, today it is at 36.48%. Now, surprisingly, guys, since the last 24 hours, one matrix has increased, and this is to do with total value lock connected to real-world assets, and today that amount is at $12.87 billion. Now, since the last 2 weeks, this number has been consistently going down, but it hasn't been going down by a very large margin. And I always run through these numbers every day in the Blockchain DXB Podcast, isn't it? So it is a bit surprising that all of the matrix have actually gone down, but the total value lock connected to real-world assets has marginally picked up pace. Really weird matrix. Now let's quickly run to the volume of decentralized exchanges. Now Uniswap today is at number 1 with $3.18 billion. PancakeSwap guys is at number 2nd with $1.71 billion. Radium is at number 3rd with $1.12 billion. And at number 4th guys is Aerodrome with $629.99 million. And at number 5th guys once again is Ecoba Exchange, and its 24-hour volume is $565.27 million. Now regarding Ecoba Exchange guys, they just got launched last week, isn't it? And when they were launched, they were immediately in the top 3 as well. Now let's quickly run to the volume of stable coins. And as I mentioned earlier guys, I am kind of content with what is going on regarding the stablecoin world. And Tether USDT's volume is around the $100 billion mark. $100.27 billion to be precise. Circle USDC's volume has also picked up pace since yesterday, and today it is at $12.45 billion, whereas FDUSD's volume is at $6.76 billion. Now look guys, this is my assessment. Let me know if you agree to it or disagree to it. Based on my understanding guys, the US economy under the Trump leadership is definitely doing a phenomenal job, and I'm talking about the labor market conditions. I'm talking about the investments flowing in because of tariffs. And if you look at the inflation, it has been consistently going down. And also if you look at the tariff-related income, guys, that has definitely been record-breaking in the month of July. So keeping all of these things in mind, guys, when the volume of stablecoin increases, it gives an assessment that people are buying a lot of stablecoins. And as and when there is any positive information, guys, a part of these stablecoins will be converted to buy a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum, isn't it? And as I talked about earlier regarding ETF outflows, guys, it does not necessarily mean that the investor confidence is low. There is a possibility that some investors are taking out profit as well. But look guys, only time will tell if the number changes in the next few days. Now based on my understanding guys, these numbers should drastically be changing in the next 72 hours. But look guys, whatever I'm saying is definitely not financial advice. And make sure you go out and do your own research. Now let's quickly run to the dominance, 24-hour trading volume and market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And since the last 3 weeks guys, because of the narrative regarding Ethereum treasury firms, a lot of companies are buying a lot of Ethereum, isn't it? And because of that, the dominance of Ethereum has pumped up. And today it is at 11.70%, whereas the dominance of Bitcoin is at 61.10%. Now if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin guys, it has marginally gone down and today it is at $2.27 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is also down to $435 billion. Now if you look at the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin guys, it is more than double of that of Ethereum, and today it is at $60.55 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is at $31.80 billion. Now every day in the Blockchain DXB podcast, I tend to look at one new matrix, isn't it? And today guys, I want to look at the top DePIN tokens by market capitalization. And when you talk about DePIN guys, this is decentralized physical infrastructure, isn't it? And because of this whole narrative regarding artificial intelligence guys, there's so much of hype regarding DePIN or decentralized physical infrastructure, isn't it? Now if you look at the top 5 guys, Bitensor is at number 1 and its market cap is at $3.26 billion. The second one is ICP, that is Internet Computer Protocol, and its market cap is at $2.71 billion. The number 3rd is Render with $1.82 billion. And at number 4th is Filecoin with $1.59 billion. And at number 5th is Theta Network, but its market cap is below the $1 billion mark. It is at $749 million. Now guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. Now the price of Bitcoin right now is at $114,092. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.05%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by 3.20%. Ethereum is down to $3,605. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 3.14%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by 4.80%. Ripple or XRP is below the $3 mark. Today it is at $2.96. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 3.75%. And since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 5.09%. Now it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if there is any new data that is published by Bureau of Labor Statistics. And as and when we get any information regarding this, I'm pretty much sure it will directly and indirectly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Now yesterday, guys, in the Blockchain DXB podcast, I talked about politics and Bitcoin, isn't it? And the next news I'm going to be talking about is kind of connected to it. And the Bitcoin Policy Institute, guys, they have launched its Congressional Fellowship Program. And their aim is pretty simple, guys. They want to embed Bitcoin experts directly into the US congressional offices. And this initiative, guys, is designed to provide lawmakers with real-time, non-partisan expertise on Bitcoin-related legislations. And they are tackling a plethora of things, guys, from energy and taxation to national security and financial regulations. And regarding the fellowship program, guys, fellows will serve 1-year terms, helping shape and form policy as Bitcoin right now, guys, is becoming increasingly central to US digital asset debates, isn't it? And the Bitcoin Policy Institute, guys, they actually feel the need for such expertise is urgent. And this is because of growing legislative interest and persistent misconceptions about Bitcoin. And this is precisely the reason, guys, I have launched a project called as Bitcoin DXB. And the goal of Bitcoin DXB, guys, is pretty simple. I want to go ahead and educate politicians, high net worthy individuals, government institutions, lawyers as well as educational institutes. And my key focus, guys, is to go ahead and educate them at 3 different levels: beginner level, advanced level as well as technical level, So it is really great that the Bitcoin Policy Institute has launched this particular program. Now, if you do need more information regarding this, guys, the website is btcfellowship.org. Now, what I'll try to do is, guys, I'll go ahead and drop them an email, and maybe I can go ahead and release a couple of standalone episodes along with them. Because according to me, guys, when you talk about Bitcoin, there's so much of misunderstanding, and a lot of so-called CEO, CTO, and tech founders from the Web3 space, they do not even understand some of the basic concepts regarding Bitcoin, and I'm talking about things like double spending, or even some of the basic concepts such as pillars of open blockchain. So maybe what I'll try to do is, I'll go ahead and drop them an email, and maybe I'll go ahead and release a couple of episodes along with them. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some interesting news by the US Security and Exchange Commission. And what they have clarified is that liquid staking, where users stake crypto and receive tokens in return, does not involve security offerings as long as providers perform only administrative tasks. So look, guys, under the Trump administration, the US Security and Exchange Commission is at least clarifying these things, isn't it? No wonder Gary Gensler people were not getting any accurate information. And regarding liquid staking, guys, it also talks about the receipts, and these receipt tokens, guys, aren't considered securities either, since they simply represent ownership of the stake assets and rewards generated by the protocol, and not necessarily from the managerial efforts. So this guidance by the Security and Exchange Commission gives clear regulatory footing for staking services, isn't it? But it's important to understand that it only applies if the setup remains passive and non-promotional. So essentially, guys, what the announcement actually states, when you talk about liquid staking, it doesn't trigger security laws if it is done passively, and staking receipt tokens aren't necessarily securities. Rather, they reflect asset ownership, and one thing which they stress is, providers must stick to admin and technical roles and not manage or promote any of these tokens. And they also stress that the reward should actually come from protocols and not from third-party efforts. But one of the biggest things that they've clarified regarding liquid staking is, no SEC registration is needed unless structure changes. And finally, guys, this announcement also touches base on Genius Act, and this is more for staking platforms and for service providers. So really interesting move by the US Security and Exchange Commission, isn't it? Now I'm pretty much sure protocols such as Huawei as well as Lido, they will definitely be liking these clarities, particularly, guys, when you talk about total value locked. It is seeing a drastic shift right now, isn't it? And bizarrely, it is because of the narrative regarding crypto treasury firms. So really interesting development. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss a really interesting move by a neobank in US, and this is called as Slash. And Slash, guys, has debuted a new USD stablecoin via Stripe, and the new global USD account, guys, lets businesses send, receive and store dollars or stablecoin without a US bank account. And more importantly, guys, they are cutting foreign exchange fees as well as settlement times, isn't it? Now look, guys, it is needless to say they are doing that because of Genius Act, isn't it? Because it does offer a lot of clarity for builders in the space. And so far Slash is concerned, guys, they are currently now processing $1 billion annually, and the future plans include yield earning accounts, off-ramps, and even crypto card spendings as well. Really interesting news. Now the next news, guys, unfortunately is not a positive news, and this is all the way from Philippines. And the Philippine Security and Exchange Commission, guys, they have flagged 10 major exchanges. These include OKX, Bybit, KuCoin, as well as Kraken. And the reason for flagging them is pretty simple, guys. According to the Philippine Security and Exchange Commission, they are currently operating without a license under the new rules, and the SEC in Philippines has warned of legal actions against them. And they will also work with Google and apps to go ahead and block the apps as well as the marketing plans. And if you actually read through the official document by the Security and Exchange Commission in Philippines, guys, they have clearly stated that they will pursue legal and regulatory actions against these firms, including issuing cease and desist order, as well as filing criminal complaints as well. Now look, guys, because these are centralized exchanges, they do have to go ahead and comply to the rules and regulations for each and every country, isn't it? And I'm pretty much all of these exchanges will definitely go ahead and comply with these rules. Now I'm just looking at the updated list, guys. The list includes platforms such as OKX, Bybit, KuCoin, Kraken, MEXC, BitGet, Formex, CoinEx, Bitmart, and PARKONIC. Now I'm pretty much all of these exchanges will have definitely submitted relevant documentations to go ahead and get these licenses. Now if you're a user in these exchanges, my recommendation is to go ahead and withdraw your wallet from these exchanges and put it into your own personal wallet. Cause look, not your keys, not your crypto, isn't it? And the last thing you want is your funds to be held in these exchanges, and the government is not allowing them to go ahead and operate until and unless they get the regulatory licenses. Now I do know a lot of Filipinos, guys, who are using a lot of these exchanges. Even in Dubai, there are a lot of Filipinos who are actually using exchanges that is connected to Philippines. So this announcement is definitely a really important announcement. So these were some macro level news guys on the Bitcoin blockchain cryptocurrency world. Now let's go ahead and look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is connected to autonomous parking solutions. And Salik and PARKONIC guys, they are partnered with Dubai Holding to launch AI-powered parking. And this is claiming to be the first fully autonomous, AI-driven parking system in the region. And they will be covering 36,000 on-street and off-street parking spaces. And they are targeting iconic communities across Dubai. And according to me, guys, news such as this is actually aligning with Dubai Smart City 2030 and future mobility vision goal as well as in it. And more importantly, they eliminate the need for tickets, barriers, or even manual inspections. And this move enables frictionless entry and exit for drivers. And this entire initiative, guys, is powered by PARKONIC's advanced AI software platforms. And it is integrated with Salik's seamless automatic payment system. And here's the crazy thing, guys. It provides a zero interaction, contactless user experience. So it looks like with artificial intelligence, the human experience is slowly going to disappear, isn't it? But more importantly, guys, with this move, they will be reducing risk of fines from overstaying by automatically time tracking. Now, news suggests this, guys, enables mobility, efficiency, and parking accessibility in Dubai, isn't it? And it is designed to support future integration with autonomous vehicles as well. And here's the interesting thing, guys. They also have multilingual user interface, so it does ensure wider accessibility, isn't it? And it is developed and operated entirely within the United Arab Emirates. And look, guys, if you look at it, this will definitely contribute to traffic congestion reduction as well as in it. And this partnership, guys, also supports Dubai's net zero carbon emission goals as well. And it also sets a new standard for connected smart mobility infrastructure. Really interesting development in my honest opinion. Now the next news, guys, is more of an announcement. And this is to do with the developer conference in Saudi Arabia. And Huawei Cloud, guys, they hosted the 2025 developer conference in Riyadh. And the event focused on empowering local developers under Saudi Vision 2030. And it brought together developers, startups, as well as entrepreneurs across Saudi Arabia. And the event, guys, highlighted Huawei Cloud's AI-powered cloud-native development tools. And it aimed to strengthen Saudi's digital infrastructure and talent ecosystem, isn't it? And the core focus is specialized training, advanced tool and global certification. And it included programs like HCDP, HCCDX, and Huawei Cloud Startup Program. And it combined technical training with mentorship with international credentials. And Huawei, guys, is planning to expand cloud services in Saudi from 90 to 200 offerings. And they're supported by 3 availability zones in Riyadh region. And they also secure Class C certification from Saudi CSC, which is the highest cloud classification. And they demonstrated modern RCA platform with fast-track AI development to just days. And they showcased real-world AI applications such as smart cities, digital humans, and smart universities. And they also unveiled Code Arts, guys, where there was a platform for secure cloud-native development. And Code Arts supports 20+ programming languages and automated code scanning as well. And they also had different partner systems like Arabia, Dino.ai, which I've definitely covered in the Blockchain DXB podcast, as well as Fandron, who share their stories. And the Huawei Cloud Tools, guys, helps partners innovate, scale, and launch new solutions. And it reinforces Huawei's long-term commitment to Saudi's digital transformation journey, isn't it? Definitely interesting move. And I'm pretty much sure, guys, they'll definitely be having similar events in the United Arab Emirates as well. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, before we go ahead and kickstart the Ask Me Anything series, I do have some really interesting announcements. The first one is an interesting partnership, and this is connected to Bitcoin events. Now look, guys, you know that Bitcoin is the king of all kings, isn't it? And the OGs of Bitcoin events, that is Bitcoin Inc., they have a massive event taking place in August in Hong Kong. And guess what, guys? Blockchain DXB is the official media partner for Bitcoin Asia 2025. And this particular event, guys, takes place in August in Hong Kong. And Bitcoin Asia is the region's premier Bitcoin gathering event where builders, investors, as well as investors meet. So at this event, guys, expect powerful keynotes, bold conversations, and a headlining session with none other than Eric Trump, and he will be sharing his vision for Bitcoin's long-term potential, and more importantly, he along with a lot of Bitcoin OGs guys, they will be talking about the role of Bitcoin in global finance, and at the Bitcoin Asia 2025 event guys, they will be discussing Asia's massive impact on adoption, And look, as Bitcoin Asia event connects global Bitcoin communities and drives innovation across cultures and markets, from infrastructure to regulations, privacy tools to lightning development, and quite a lot more. And for you listeners of the Blockchain DXB Podcast guys, I have a cool discount code of 10% for you, and the code is pretty simple guys. It is DXB, that is D for David, X for X-ray, and B for Bravo, and DXB is the code for Dubai as well, isn't it? So what are you waiting for guys? In the show notes below you'll see the registration details for Bitcoin Asia 2025, and look guys, Hong Kong is calling, so be part of the future of Bitcoin. Now the next announcement guys is another big one, and this is connected to Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025, and Blockchain DXB once again is the media partner for Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. Now me personally guys, I did attend the Future Blockchain Summit going back to 2017, and the fact is guys, it is one of the biggest, oldest as well as boldest blockchain events in the region, and according to me as well as a lot of advocates of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, Future Blockchain Summit as well as Fintech Search 2025 is probably the biggest event in the entire world, and this event guys takes place between the 12th and 15th of October at the iconic location of Dubai Harbour. So this is going to be the place where blockchain meets fintech to redefine the future of finance. So expect 250 world-class speakers, over 1,200 investors, live demos, product launches, as well as GITEX Digital Assets Forum, and all of these things guys will be under one roof, so you can expect so-called Web3 pioneers to fintech leaders shaping payments, banking, insurtech, AI as well as decentralized finance, and this particular event guys brings the entire ecosystem together. This is a launchpad you've been waiting for, and by attending this event guys, you will be in a position to be in front of top venture capitals, accelerators as well as industry leaders, and for blockchain and fintech companies guys, this is where connection turns into partnerships and dream turns into reality. And because Blockchain DXB is the media partner for Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025 guys, in the show notes below you'll see the registration details, and there's a hidden discount code mentioned below as well. So do one thing guys, click on the show notes below, get yourself registered, and see you between the 12th and 15th at Dubai Harbour at the Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Larry who asks, does the SEC's new liquid staking guidance apply to Ethereum staking via Lido or Coinbase? This, to be honest, Larry, is such an important question, and the answer to that is yes, but there are certain conditions that need to be met. Now, the Security and Exchange Commission did actually announce that liquid staking does not count as security offerings as such, and this is only if the setup is passive. That means, Larry, that platforms like Lido or Coinbase could actually fall under this exemption, but only if they follow certain rules, and they clearly talked about staking must be passive, isn't it? So platforms like Lido or Coinbase should only perform technical or administrative tasks and not actively manage user funds, and more importantly, not promote it as an investment, and if they do more than that, they just facilitate staking, and then they could fall into securities territory. Now regarding Gary Gensler, he did actually put out a really cheeky video regarding staking, and he tried to be funny, but it turned out to be absolutely cringe. What he tried to explain is staking in terms of cryptocurrencies, and he was trying to tell the users that stake is not the steak that we eat. Absolutely cringe video. Now going back to your question, Larry, I do feel that staking tokens are not necessarily securities, but here's the interesting thing. Tokens like ST by Lido or CB by Coinbase may be safe from security classifications if they simply represent the user's stake Ethereum and rewards. Now the key is that the rewards must come from Ethereum protocol itself and not from the provider's efforts, because when you talk about Lido as such, Lido is claiming to be decentralized and non-custodial, isn't it? And it is something that the SEC would actually accept, because it doesn't directly manage users' funds, and it doesn't promote any fixed returns as well, isn't it? But regarding Coinbase, because it is a centralized exchange, Larry, them offering staking as a service tied to their own brand and trust will create a bit of issues with the Security and Exchange Commission, isn't it? And I do feel that the SEC could actually argue that it is promoting an investment product, especially if it advertises yield or manages the process behind the scenes. And look, the SEC has clearly mentioned, as long as the services stay technical and the admin does not involve in managerial efforts, that is not getting involved in any registration process as such, then things should be perfectly fine. But let's say if there are structure changes, like promoting or guaranteeing returns, that will definitely trigger security laws. And that is exactly what Gary Gensler was talking about initially as well. So look, Larry, the bottom line is Lido and Coinbase could both benefit from SEC's update, but only if they're completely transparent and they are protocol based. Other than that, they should definitely stay away from promoting these staking as a service protocols. Definitely an interesting question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursday, we have Blockchain DXB Podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the process. We look at geopolitical news. We look at the latest technological developments. We also talk about any future trends in the marketplace. And then, guys, we look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. We also look at the latest technological developments. And we also talk any regional updates. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.